Alright, we went to the movies again. Maybe this one will go over a little better. I don't know. It's hard to tell anymore. This time we saw The Conjuring. Didn't see the previews this time around. Not really. We saw two.
A few.
The first one was for Insidious Part 2, which looked awesome. It looked like the same thing as Insidious 1, but you know, hey.
Was it We're the Millers or Meet the Millers?
Oh, okay, we saw 3. We're the Millers. I think that's what it was.
I think that's what it is.
Honestly, it didn't look that bad. It looked like a cut above the kind of gross out comedy that passes for comedy. Like, I hate the Hangover series. I hate gross out comedy, which is really what kind of passes for comedy these days, and it's like the Hangover and shit. You know, I hate the piss and shit comedies. I really hate dick and fart comedy. You know, that's kind of what goes for it. I hate it. And this doesn't look like a stoner comedy to me, despite it being about marijuana smuggling.
It's like a road trip movie and
it's
family vacation movie.
Yeah, the gist of it is like this guy has a really wealthy boss that wants him to smuggle a little bit of marijuana across the Mexican border, so he gets a bunch of his friends and the stripper that he knows to pose as a family to drive an RV, basically smuggling weed, like a shitload of weed across the border. And of course they run into misadventures. So yeah, it actually, the way it carried was like a road trip movie. And there's some kind of gross stuff that goes on, but like, it didn't look great, but it looked...
At least seemed to have some inspiration behind it.
Yeah.
As opposed to other comedies.
I didn't, like, almost every comedy I see as a trailer, I just go like, oh my god, I would never watch that in my life. This one I actually was like, that one actually looks okay. I wasn't like, yeah, I want to go see it, but you know me, I never do that. I actually was like, you know, that actually looked promising. The last one I was like, oh my god, no. Getaway, was it?
I think it was called The Getaway.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke, and not much else. Jon Voight. It's one of those movies, and I don't know if there's a name for it, where it's basically it's the hero and the crazy guy on the phone, like Speed. I think Die Hard kind of pioneered this movie, where it's the hero and the crazy guy on the other end of the walkie-talkie or the phone. Speed being the other one. You know, where you got the terrorist on the other end of the radio or the phone making demands, telling the guy what to do. You know, if the bus goes below 50, it blows up. What do you do, Jack? And so that's almost exactly what Jon Voight is doing to Ethan Hawke in this movie. He's like, Ethan, I want you to drive. I will give you instructions along the way. If you don't, your wife dies. Right?
I let out an oh no. And it wasn't because of
You did.
It wasn't because of the fact it had Selena Gomez in it, because whatever.
She looks like 13 in this movie.
Yeah, she looks
how
like
old
she's 12.
How old is she supposed to be? Or how old is she really?
I don't know.
But is she like teenager, or is she like...
Yeah.
Okay, so she looked like she's about like 12, yeah.
But whatever.
I'm pretty sure she's older than that, like a lot older than, like, let's say 16 or 17, I don't know.
They need a kid. They got someone to capitalize on it. She's someone popular. But, like, Jon Voight, this is a guy who just... There's other people that you can forgive for being in bad movies. That they do, like, an art project and they do a schlocky project, kind of like Christopher Walken.
What?
He'll do garbage, but then he'll do something classy. No. Jon Voight is like Karate Dog. Yeah.
The Karate Dog?
That sounds like a good project.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What? How? What?
It's a dog that does karate.
What? When did you see Karate Dog?
I saw trailers for it.
When was the what the fuck? It's Karate Dog.
Yes.
What
Wasn't he also in one of the Baby Geniuses?
Oh, I have no doubt of that. Karate Dog. What this had to be direct to video. Tell me it didn't see theaters.
Oh, it's one of the many dog pieces of shit that.
Yeah, but a
goes
dog.
out.
A dog does. What kind of dog?
I don't know.
It probably had to be like
It's a big dog,
like Air Bud or something like that. Because like Oreo is not doing. Well, Oreo. Can you do karate, Oreo? Come here. Aw, Oreo wants hugs.
But I can't even name the last film Jon Voight has done good. Unless going back to like the 70s.
Mission Impossible. Come on, red light, green light.
All right.
Well, name some movies he's done since then.
Tomb Raider.
Ugh.
Anaconda.
Anaconda! Come on! He got spit up by the anaconda and he winked. No. Honestly, I can't remember them. That's not a good sign that I can't even. I mean, I got a bad memory, but come on, I can't even remember the movies he's been in. Shit.
And looking on IMDb, I found Bruce Payne is also in this
I know,
movie.
right? And it's interesting you bring up Bruce Payne. I can't say here what, but yeah, Bruce Payne ties in prominently to things that are coming up on the site.
So now I'm torn because I kind of wanted a Drive Angry-ish.
Oh, this
type.
is a Drive Angry. No.
Like if it's Ethan Hawke just wrecking people's shit in a Shelby GT, then that'll be fine.
This isn't
but
Drive Angry.
there's bad omens with
This movie
with those actors.
That movie looks so boring, doesn't it?
I don't know.
No, it really looks boring because even the trailer, like you think you're tuning into this one to see like there's okay with a movie like this, you think you're either going to see some like there's a few ways you can handle a movie like this. One is like Taken, where you've got like it's really intense. You've got a lot of like it's a suspense movie, where you've got like Liam Neeson being really fucking intense and wrecking people's shit. Or you've got like a really, it's like a blockbuster stunt movie, like Speed. Or you've got kind of a mindless, minor distinction, but you've got kind of a mindless car porn movie, like The Transporter. You know what I mean?
See, this does remind me in more ways of one than of a Drive Angry. Not because there's the supernatural shit, but this totally has the feel of something that Nick Cage would have done, but they couldn't get him that day because he's doing Stolen or something.
It doesn't feel cheesy enough for that. It really doesn't.
I could have just totally seen his mush face going like, "Let me speak to my wife."
You know what? This really feels like a WWE production. This honestly feels like something that they'd get like John Cena for. This looks so boring because. Even the driving, there's like
You don't see anything.
You don't see anything, and that's my point. Is when they're trying to hook you for a movie like this, you think they'd show you some real stunts, and yeah, they show you a few cop cars wiping out, but like I really wasn't impressed. This really looked dull. I don't know. Yeah, I just wasn't. I really wasn't feeling that one. And I don't know. Selena Gomez just looked really generic and boring, and it seemed really forced. Like how they got together. Like she carjacks him or something, and I'm like, what? And Ethan Hawke honestly looks really bored. I think that's just his default face. He looks bored. He can't. In this movie, he can't act. Like, his wife has been kidnapped, and honestly, I don't believe him. In that trailer, I don't believe his wife has been kidnapped. I don't.
It's 2 seconds.
It's not. No, he's in the entire trailer because the movie, the movie takes place in two. Like, it only takes place in the car and wherever the fuck Jon Voight is.
It cuts between cars driving and Jon Voight going,
but it's more than 2 seconds. It's in the fucking car and like Jon Voight's lips. So it's more, but yeah, like he's just like I have to find my wife, and that's it. That's like his only emotion is like, I'm not in the now. Ethan. I don't believe you. I'm sorry, Ethan. I don't buy it, Ethan. But The Conjuring. I have to take issue with the title. Again. I do. I'm sorry. There was no Conjuring in this movie. There wasn't. There was not one Conjuring. In fact, there was only an exorcism in the movie, which is the direct opposite of a Conjuring. An exorcism is the casting away of a spirit, whereas the Conjuring is the summoning of one. Or the conjuring of something. A conjuring is a bringing up... the exorcism. So, bullshit. It's a bullshit title. So, yeah. Fuck it. The movie's bullshit. Anyway, what did you think of The Conjuring? Uh-oh. that was a pregnant pause. It's like... I'll let you... you have the floor.
I figured this is like a stock Exorcist type film. It seems like this sort of thing that would have been made to capitalize on the success of Exorcist, except because it doesn't do anything particularly. It doesn't do anything unique. It doesn't do anything, I would say, special. But it goes through the beats and it does it goes through each one well. And so it turns out being a good genre example of that.
So you're saying it's a formula film?
Yeah.
Okay. I buy that. So essentially it's... I thought you were going to ramble on this one, but if I may encapsulate your... So you're saying it's a formula film, but the good thing is it doesn't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, was my review of Pacific Rim, which was weirdly misinterpreted by so many people. No, I said, when I said for Pacific Rim was, it's a really simple idea, and in this day, and honestly, one of the best things I can say for it is they didn't fuck it up. Which, in this day and age, is really more than, you can normally ask for. Is you've got this really simple concept. Don't fuck it up. Either by overthinking it or even not thinking about it. It's just you've got an idea, carry it through. It's just really not too hard, but somehow they make it hard. You've got a formula film. It's about an action. You got an evil fucking badass demon or a ghost or something like that. These people come in, they see the ghost, they exorcise it. Don't fuck it up. That's it. So am I being fair in what you're saying?
Yeah.
So that's about as... so there's your positive review for Miles there. So, if I may interpret the Miles speak. I'm not trying to speak for you. I'm trying, you actually helped interpret my speak. That's actually, you were speaking me there.
Because if you look at any one part of it, none of it stands out. There's nothing to the story in that you're not learning some great life lesson, or the characters are not such that you're totally invested in.
You're complaining there's no moral? Okay, go ahead.
Well, stuff like for example, the last one we reviewed, the Ethan Hawke movie.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of about family and.
Okay.
It was about something.
I'm with you.
It's tenuous, but
okay. It's loose, but okay.
The characters are only so much as that you're surface interested in the story. It's you don't come away really loving the characters or anything like that.
In this one?
Yeah.
I like the characters in this one.
I like them, but...
there's a difference in this one where the dynamics were very different, but in both very good ways. In this one, I really liked them, and it was interesting in that respect, in which it's rare in a movie that you like all of the characters. In the... what was the other one? The Ethan Hawke movie. Fuck it, I can't.
Why are we both forgetting the title?
I don't know. It's usually me. You're the guy.
The Bagul movie.
The Bagul movie.
Sinister.
Sinister.
Yes.
Sinister was actually one of those movies where Okay, usually in a horror movie, the characters you don't like, you can't wait for them to die because they're annoying. In Sinister, Ethan Hawke is a character that isn't inherently likable, but he's
a flawed character.
He's a flawed character. He's interesting. So it's two different types of characters that are still interesting. So, go on. The characters are interesting dynamics in that way.
But the characters are so much that you're supposed to care about them, and that it's boiling it down really simple, but it's kind of like a haunted house ride. You're going through and you're being spooked by things that go bump in the night. Mm-hmm. That's the meat and potatoes of the film.
But that's the movie.
But yeah, that's all. That's what you go in for, and that's what it delivers. Is you're going to get spooked.
Pacific Rim. You going in there and you punch each other.
It all ties into Pacific Rim.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Keep going back.
That's what I said about Pacific Rim. You're going there to see Bone. Fuck it. I'm sorry.
You hate everything. Shut up.
I know. So I fucked this movie. No, I really like this movie. I did. I really, really liked it. And so people are going to tell me, like, oh, you hated this movie. I know. People are going to be like, why did you bash this movie so fucking much? I like this movie. I did.
Well, I guess I said it first on the one.
No, I know. I'm just... No. Well, no. Because I'm just saying that to agree with you. Because I'm only saying that because they like you way better. And so if I disagree with you, then people will hate me. So if I agree with you, people will like me. So I liked this movie. I agree with everything you said. I really like this movie. I probably liked it way better than you did, actually. Yeah. I agree that it doesn't. It's nothing innovative, but I think that's the. And again, I'm going to be called out on the carpet for this because that's a hypocrite. You're always calling for innovation. Honestly, we could use a little throwback at this point. And I'm not saying that because of all the 90s nostalgia. We're kind of in that phase where we're kind of in that 90s, 80s nostalgia period. This goes further back than that. This is kind of like, this is almost like 70s nostalgia, because it's set in the 70s. This is really one of those 70s haunted house style movies. Like, it's almost literally Amityville horror. It's filmed in a different style than that because it really goes kind of balls to the wall in a way that Amityville didn't, but it's almost the same kind of scares to a degree. This plays it in a way that horror movies don't play it anymore. This doesn't. It's not a gore movie by any stretch. This doesn't do it like Paranormal Activity. Fuck me, it doesn't. They don't make movies like this anymore. You know what I mean? They don't. What passes for horror these days is pathetic. With torture porn and stuff like that. The new Evil Dead movie. And that's not fair. That's not a fair comparison because they're obviously very different movies. In fact, Evil Dead is almost doesn't qualify as horror. It's a gore fest. You almost can't compare. But the Thing movie, you can't even. Not even the same realm. Even in the same, even Sinister. Sinister started off so well, but okay. Here's a really good comparison, and here's a reason why I really like this movie, and I didn't like Sinister, and it goes deeper than this, but here's a really good comparison. The end of Sinister. The movie's wrapping up, and they're in the attic. Spoilers. Actually, this isn't even that big a spoiler. Like the movie's wrapped up. We're seeing everything in the attic. We're kind of everything's done, and we see the chest full of things in the attic, and it's very ominous, and we're pulling back, and then all of a sudden the back whole thing pops up, and there's a big swing, and we crash to black. It's a complete it's one of those jump scares that's just unfair. It's a slap in the face. It's just one of those things that just before you go, we're going to jump back and go, booga, 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 booga. Just for no reason. It's literally for no reason. It's just like, ah! Just one more for the road. You know, it's the Paranormal Activity thing, where it's all building towards that. You know, it's a jump scare, and you know, Sinister was not all about the jump scares, but that one, they had to get that one in there. They had to get one more, just one more. Whereas when this movie, The Conjuring, was wrapping up, I was the same thing. The movie's over. Everyone's left the room. We're left in the room with all the little demonic toys, and we're pulling back. The movie's pulling back, and the little music box is going, and I'm going, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Because I know they're going to do it. They're going to do it. We're kind of looking into a mirror, and I know they're going to do it. They're going to have something jump in front of the camera and go, Eee! I'm like, don't do it. Don't you fucking do it, because they're going to do it. And they don't do it. And I'm like, they didn't do it. Thank you. You didn't have to do it. And that's the thing, is this movie shows restraint. Because you don't need to do it. You don't need to punch me in the face with an orchestra sting. You don't need to punch me in the face every time that with a jump scare all the time. There are jump scares in this movie. There's a few. There's a few too many, honestly. There's like 2 or 3 too many. But the ones that are there, it follows my rule. The ones that are there, it earns. The one with the fucking maid. That one with the maid, I almost like grabbed your arm. I was like, oh my god, oh my god.
Although I was confused by that because I don't know how she fits into the ghost.
I don't know. She wasn't in actually, that one wasn't earned because I was like, who the fuck is that? Oh my god! Because they were.
They explained everything else in terms of the ghost.
They were like, oh yeah, there's a witch and she killed her daughter and then she felt so bad she hung herself. And then there was a drowning, and I'm like, there's no maid in this movie. Oh my god!
I'm just breaking the back going, excuse me.
Yeah, Miles is like...
When did they get a French maid?
Miles is like, hang on a second, there was no maid in the story that cut her... Ah! You're pointing out plot holes, I'm weeping into your shoulder, like, oh my god, it was so horrible. And I'm like, that was so fucking scary. Oh my god. That was so fucking scary. Atmosphere. That's what this movie has that so many movies don't. When you don't indulge in the fucking jump scares all the time, when you let the movie just simmer, when you let the atmosphere of the house play, you know, when you let it play out, when you let the cinematography and the lighting, when you do it right and you don't fuck it up, when you have a good DP, when you have good lighting, when you have a good director, you have good acting, and you let it work together, it's like a symphony. And you don't overindulge in the shit, and you don't overindulge in the jump scares, and you do them just right. It comes together like music.
I wasn't sure how things were going to play out in terms of tone in this movie, because they flash in the beginning, this is based on a true story, which I laugh at, but it's like...
So do
I don't know if they're trying to play it more as the, I guess, paranormal activity-ish type thing, where we're about a third of the way through the movie, and I was kind of just, most of it was just going... What was that?
The knocking,
Oh my god.
Well, okay.
And so I didn't know if the whole movie was just going to be that. So I was getting a little bit restless with that. But by the end, they basically threw any pretense of it being a true story out the window and were just like, shit's going down.
Well, it started off with the knocking. It had to start off slow.
Right.
It's a slow burn.
I understand.
But, yeah. The clapping was... honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of knocking. It was the clapping, which I thought was kind of weird for the witch to kind of start with that.
Well, those doors closing.
Yeah. Although it was like... That was really unnerving. I've never heard of that game, though, with the hide and clap thing. It was kind of creepy, but it was really creepy. But the one jump scare that I really didn't like that was completely unnecessary. Was the one where the ghost is on top of the dresser and like jumps on her like a cat. I was like, oh fuck you. That one was lame. That was like right out of Paranormal Activity, where it was like, just like, don't do that. That was stupid. What the scene that I was really cringing at that I didn't like. And honestly, they recycled. Was it James Wan?
Yeah.
He recycled this right out of Insidious. Was the cameras, setting up the cameras all over the house.
Oh.
And the inclusion of the guys who kind of come in, the kind of ghost, the ghost hunter guys with the special equipment, the guy with the viewfinder and stuff like that. He didn't have that guy, but the guys with like the UV light, the UV light, the UV light, the UV light. I love Mustache Cop, Skeptic Mustache Cop.
That's one of the debates we have, is whether or not that's good acting or not. Because what happens is, the shit's going down. There's people flying all over the place. The ghost is wreaking havoc.
And Mustache Cop, we need you to get the UV light.
Yeah, and so
okay.
Patrick Wilson, who's the paranormal investigator, he's just like, go get the UV light.
All right.
And so Mustache Cop, who's the skeptic, for some reason they brought a cop with him. I went to the bathroom, so I didn't really see. But
I don't know.
There's a cop along with him.
He's got a shotgun.
And so he runs downstairs to the Asian kid, and he's just like, I need a UV light.
You're not saying it right. I can do this. He goes, I need a UV light. He says it like it's I need a plutonium core.
See, I say it's bad acting.
He's like, I need a UV light. Like, he doesn't know what it is. So, like, I say that he's playing a cop. Like, no offense, he's playing a cop who didn't study science. Like, so he doesn't, like, this is the 70s. He doesn't know what a fucking UV light is.
It's the 70s. Everyone's got a black light.
He's like, I need a UV light. So he's like, I don't know what a UV light looks like. Help me, Asian man. You know math. And like, UV light.
I think people are laughing not because it's a guy who's freaking out. It's because the guy said the line funny. So it's like,
he said it funny, but I think it's because he's a meathead. The character is a meathead, and so he doesn't know what he's...
It's like the new, these pretzels are making me thirsty line.
So that's what you were arguing, whether or not he was a bad actor or he was an actor who was playing an idiot. Because he was an idiot through the whole movie. He's like, I'm going to bring a shotgun and shoot the demon. It's immune to bullets. I thought he should have been like... I always thought that if I was directing this movie, like, I thought he would be like the UV light guy. Because he was so helpful. Yeah, because he's like, I helped with the UV light. And then I thought he'd be like, I'm the UV light guy. And then like swing it around like a lightsaber. Like... Because, like, I helped. Because he found the kid with the UV light. You know, he fucking used that shotgun, though. He's like, the door's locked. Fuck it. He's like,
I hope the kid wasn't.
Yeah, I hope there's no one holding the door shut because I just fucking killed him with my shotgun. But yeah, I was like, that's right out of Insidious. It's like the same scene where like they go, we're gonna need proof if we're gonna get an exorcism from the Vatican because we gotta have approval. So they're like, okay, we're going to set up cameras all over the house. And so they set up cameras all over the fucking house. They set them on, like, same thing. They set them on, like, tripwires on the doors. They set them to go off on temperature changes, which I have no idea how that's possible in the fucking 70s. That seems unlikely today. Like,
these were high tech for people in the 70s.
That's high tech today. Like, to measure sudden drops in temperature. I'm not saying it's not possible today, but I don't know how to do that now. Like, fucking 1970? That's like, wow.
There needed to be much more jokes about '70s technology.
You were rolling at the fucking tape players, the tape recorder, because the fucking you were like, that's not possible. Like,
well, no, he's got the tiny little handheld.
He had this
tape recorder.
At first, he had this tape recorder like this big.
It was like this big.
No, it was this big. But like he's like talking to this, and you're like, bullshit.
And like later on,
he has one that's like
he pulls
this.
one out that's like twice the size of this. I'm like, that's a '70s tape recorder.
The second one was like it was like a tape deck. So it was like a desk unit like this big, more depth.
But it's portable because it plugs in.
No, the portable one was bigger. It was like I gotta find something. It was the size of like a VCR. It was he wore it like a handbag.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is a 1970s Walkman. It was seriously. It looked like it weighed like 40 pounds, made of fucking steel. It was like the size of one of those enormous like shopping bags that you wear at conventions. I was like, that's a Walkman.
But that needed to be more of that. They had like for the time sophisticated cameras and shit. Like the person needed to be. Hang on, I'll get him with my Polaroid.
This will take about 8 hours. Let's flap it around.
This is science.
Stupid early technology. The cameras were actually, the cameras were really small, and I was like, I don't know, but like, it just, the fucking tape recorder probably requires like 16 D-cell batteries, weighs like 800 pounds, like, I also didn't like when they went into the basement for like the first person camera thing. I don't know why they needed to do that. I mean, like I get the fact that they had to go into the basement to check things out, but I was like, now we're doing like
it was an odd callback to found footage.
Yeah, now we're doing found footage, and then for like 2 minutes later, they're like, fuck it, and then they just gave it up. I'm like, what was the point of that? Like, and the thing is, they didn't even like. There was no scare involved there. Was that like a fake out or something like that, or was that because okay, like I can appreciate the fake out, but it really didn't build anything. There's like we're going in the basement, nothing down here, and they just kind of leave. If that was just kind of fucking with us, I'm like, bravo, but I don't think it was. So yeah, it was like. I was actually afraid for a second. I was like, please tell me the rest of the movie isn't going to be like this. Like, no, but like, it was like, because I was really afraid. I was like, don't tell me they changed gears and they're going to like shoot the rest of the movie like The Last Exorcism. I was like, please don't tell me this. Because they might have. Like, they easily could have. And they're like, we're brilliant. We've decided we're going to get evidence. And do like, oh god, no. And I also sensed. Oh shit! I just lost Oreo's ball. It's over. I'll get it in a minute. I also sensed. Can you go get Oreo's ball? I sensed there was a bunch of scenes that got cut. For instance, remember they set up a camera outside to look at the tree. And they point the camera right at the tree, and they're like, "That's where she hung herself." I'm almost certain there was like supposed to be some kind of gag there, because I'm like, why would they set that up if there's nothing going to be there? Because they got a lot of mileage out of that tree, which was good. It was good, but I was like,
I think the joke was he was standing under where the woman was hanging, and he was freaked out by it.
Yeah, but I was like, there would have been really something. I could have sworn there. Well, the thing is, in Insidious, they did something really good with the camera flashes. Like, remember that bit with the viewfinder thing? That was such a brilliant scare with the viewfinder. And I always liked the idea of like the camera flashes revealing something, because I think, again, that was in Insidious. I could have sworn they would have had something to do with, like, Mustache Cop going outside looking at the tree, camera flash reveals something. I would have been like, that would have freaked me out. They did. Now, that was the one with the maid. That wasn't a camera flash, but you know what I mean. I think there was a bunch of stuff cut there. I'm trying to figure out what else they think they cut. Can you think of anywhere else where there was a few scenes I could have sworn I felt there were just some cuts. Oh, when the creepy doll started going after the investigator's kid, and they go back home, and they chase off the doll, and then they look at the doll and it's back in the case, and they're like, still in the case. What the fuck was that?
Oh, that was what was hinted at was Vera Farmiga, her character left her locket in the basement. And so the spirit was kind of using the two lockets as like a conduit to spook her. That's what was, because they kept flashing back to the lockets.
That went right over my head. Oh.
And so the demon was now connected to them as well, which is why they had to get rid of it.
Oh, wow. Okay. If they explained that, they probably needed a line to explain that one for the cheap seats, because I was... makes sense now, but yeah. Wow. No, it was a good one. Okay. By the way, that fucking doll. What the fuck? What the fuck?
The movie starts out...
What the fuck?
The movie starts out... We're following these paranormal investigators played by Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. And it opens up with a case, and it's these three people, and the one goes, okay, we sensed there was a ghost, it was a child in trouble, it asked for help, and so we said it was alright if it possessed a doll in our house.
The creepiest fucking doll ever made! What the fuck is wrong with you people? Why would you ever buy that fucking thing?
And so they show this doll, and it's like every stereotype you could think of the scariest kid's doll, you know.
It's like 5 feet tall.
It's like if you took the doll from Saw and ramped it up to 11, and it's already at 6.
It looks...
It's got these eyes that have... like, that are bloodshot, and you could swear like a dagger would be sticking out of one.
It looks like if you ever saw that video game Rise of Nightmares, where it's like it looks like that.
It's got these little black spider webs across your face, and the hair's ratty, and
like, okay, I'm willing to concede that like the possession of it made it look all like split-eyed and freaky and shit like that, but there's no way. There's no fucking way that even if it was like in pristine condition, it didn't look fucking demonic. Like, there's no way. What the fuck is with you people?
I don't even think it was pristine.
Yeah, when they bought it, it didn't look like that?
Well, I think it came with a house.
Oh. No, they had... Well, I don't care. Somebody bought that fucking thing. Somebody! The thing is 4.5 feet tall, and it looks like fucking... It really looks like it looks like from The Exorcist when she's like possessed and demonic and vomiting pea soup. It's like, your mother sucks cocks in hell.
But it's this odd tone because they're just like, we tried to do this kid a favor, so we thought it could stay inside of this doll.
Out of your fucking mind!
It's like revealing to Hannibal Lecter, you just see this doll, and
it's like, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
It's like, it was almost starting off like a parody.
Yeah,
you're just like, what in the world?
They're like, yeah, we had this doll. We're like, what? You didn't set this fucking thing on fire the instant you saw it?
It'd be like starting your movie. We thought we'd adopt this little girl because she looked pretty, and you turn over and it's like Samara from The Ring.
Yeah.
It's black hair in front of her face.
And we have this doll that looks like Samara. I didn't possess that thing, yeah. Yeah. We had this rusty chainsaw in the corner, and there was this ghost. We possessed the chainsaw over there. It's fine. This Chucky doll, and you possess that fucking thing. Shit. Oh, Christ. Yeah, so that doesn't go well. I like how they never explained how that ended. They just like closed the film strip and they're like, so yeah, we beat that one up.
Yeah, they glossed over it.
And they're like, yeah, busted makes us feel good.
That happened. Moving on.
And then they show, like, apparently these guys have been at it forever because they got a whole fucking room of like shit ghosts that they've busted, and they take like a trophy of each one. Like the suit of samurai armor. You love that.
Yeah. There's this giant samurai armor just hanging up there.
You're like, make a movie out of that.
And I'm like, wait, hold on a second. Screw this other stuff.
They go to Japan? Like,
what's with the ghost samurai?
I like the monkey with the accordion. You're like, did they go to Merlin's shop at Mystical Wonders? And, honestly, that might have been a reference. Like, really, that could have... Like, I know the monkey had symbols in that, but, like, they were like, we need a creepy fucking monkey. Like, we need one. Because seriously, like, James Wan is like, if we're gonna have possessed shit, we gotta have a fucking creepy monkey, because that's like it's requisite. But yeah, samurai armor. I'm like, or either that, or you're like, he was just kind of looking around like a prop shop and was like, fuck it, why not? And like, but yeah, that'd be a great movie, like fucking Samurai Ghost. Like, who wouldn't want to see that shit? Yeah. So my favorite moment. Well, there was two. The boring one that is not going to impress anybody but me was the one. Okay, there's one moment in when the spirit is going after the demonologist kid. She hears a noise and she's going to investigate, and there's a shot that there's a hallway, and it goes down the stairs, and the camera shot is looking up the staircase down the hallway. That is such a beautifully framed shot. It really was like breathtaking. I'm like, oh my god, that shot is gorgeous. I don't know. It was nothing is happening in that scene, but I'm like, wow, that is a fucking gorgeous scene. Then there's the priest. I love this man. I love this priest.
The scene is that they finally, they get video footage. This girl is being tossed around like a ping pong ball.
This got her by the hair and is like, I swing her back and forth. Like,
and so they're like, we got it. We got the footage.
We got it.
So we're gonna go tell the Vatican. And I made the joke of, well, see you in 3 weeks.
Yeah. It's like we finally got our footage and loading the car up, and I'm like, this is gonna take 3 to 6 weeks. So good luck with that. Bye.
It is the 70s after all.
I know, we gotta fly down there.
But no, there's a local church.
Yeah.
So they're showing the footage, and it's got the priest is looking at it, and he does like the, oh my god,
Jesus Christ, that was awesome. So like, Father, can you help us? And he's like, oh well. He's like, this is good stuff. This is proof, but I have to get approval. There's rules. Regulations to this. So this has to go all the way to the council.
Oh no, he's like, there's so much red tape because
there's red tape, and
these people aren't churchgoers. And
they don't go to. They're not baptized, and this I don't know if I can get. I can't push this through because
Patrick Wilson's like, they need your help now.
It's like they're gonna die. It's like, don't you care? Oh my God, man! Like they need help now. And like. He's like, all right, I'll do it. And I'm like, yes! This is a priest. He doesn't play by the fucking rules.
No, you're wrong about that.
I don't care. He doesn't.
Because he doesn't just rip open his shirt.
No, he's like,
no, he doesn't do that. he's just like, I am going to strongly urge the Vatican. So he plays by the rules, but he's going to seriously recommend expediting those rules.
He's going to escalate he's going to expedite the price. He's going to escalate it to the next level.
I am going to label the memo high priority.
He's going to red flag that shit.
The Milwaukee branch,
top of the stack
of the Catholic Church, demands an audience.
He plays by the rules, but he's insistent.
He's highly insistent. There must be an expediting of the process.
Get on this now. I'm not going to take no for an answer. Okay. I love this guy. I prefer to think of him as a priest who doesn't play by the rules. Okay, I want to see a movie about this guy because, like, he's like, when the chips are down, he was going to do the right thing, and then he doesn't go with them. Well, I guess because you're right. Because if he was willing to do it like right then and there, he'd have gone with them. But no, he was on the phone. He was on hold with the Vatican or something like that.
I will not get off hold.
I will wait.
I will wait until I get a response.
It's like, no, well, it has to be like more like or like Alleluia or something like that.
Your estimated wait time is 6 hours. I don't care.
Oh my god!
I will take the phone with its long cord. I will take it into the crapper if I have to, because I will not miss this call.
It's very. I like the. I liked the hair in this movie. It was very 70s. The sideburns, all very 70s.
I liked the thing I appreciate. I guess my minor thing is I like that they explain why the ghost has to dick around with them.
Oh yeah, because it has to break down their will.
It's not just pointless dickery on the ghost part.
Why it has to start off small and kind of knock around.
It has to wear down people's resistance by scaring the hell out of them.
Which honestly is a question that's always been left unanswered in Paranormal Activity, like why it fucks around with light brights and like tickling people in bed and shit. Which will never really be answered because Paranormal Activity is pretty much bullshit at this point. Always has been bullshit, really. I just kind of had a soft spot for the whole genre, but it's pretty much faded by now. But we should pretty much wrap this up because I think we said everything we needed to say. It really is those throwback kind of movies where I think this is where I'm really getting exposed. It's kind of getting really old because it's just. Good horror movies are really few and far between, especially nowadays. You really don't find them like that, and it's only those throwback movies. I'm really old school in terms of like being a John Carpenter fan, and it's only kind of those old style movies like House of the Devil, Insidious. I would call kind of old style, and this one. Very told in a very simple formula. I will grant you formula. Not really that innovative, not at all innovative, really. But it's told in a classic way. It doesn't overindulge in the screaming and the blood and the gore and the loud noises. It's and the one thing I did like was with exorcisms, it's inevitable. You can't help but compare every exorcism that you see to The Exorcist. It's the definition, it's the it's The Exorcist. So every time you involve an exorcism, you got to do something. What do you do? What do you do with an exorcism movie? You got to come up like Exorcism of Emily Rose, The Last Exorcism. What's the Devil Inside? Fucking hilarious. That one. They all have to try something new, and actually, even The Devil Inside did something that actually kind of really unsettling. That actually did it well. with the fucking horrible contortionist. That was fucking awful. It was really uncomfortable to watch. Now, I mean, whether or not that's a good thing, whether you thought that was like fitting, that's up to personal preference. But it looked really fucking unholy. Not that. No, I'm talking like that fucking contortionist that would fucking like dislocate every fucking joint in her body. That was like fucking like you. I bought that as fucking demonic. I don't care. There was nothing else in that movie worth any kind of redemption, but I was like, holy shit, that's not human. But yeah, even this one, I was like, that I have not seen that in an exorcism movie, because first off, they were like flying by the seat of their ass in that exorcism, because they're like, we should get the father. Well, he's on the phone. Fuck it. I'll do it. You know what you're doing? Nope. Get the Bible. We just got the Book of Mormon. Close enough. In nomine patri spiritus. Which chapter was it? Judges. I don't know.
He rode his ass into town. Oh, that's not the right
thing. They blew his horn and the thing. And the end. So like, all sorts of fucked up shit is going on. They seriously got her handcuffed and tied to a rope with a blanket over her head, and she's like vomiting blood, and like, you don't even know if like it's because of the demon or they've just like beat the shit out of her, or she's like floating and like banging her head against the ceiling. She's probably like fucking dying of massive trauma, and like, he's probably not doing anything. He's probably just fucking it up because he's not a priest, for one thing. He's just like reading shit out of the Bible. I cast you out. And honestly, I don't even know when The Exorcist came out in relation to this movie. He's probably just like faking shit he saw in The Exorcist. He's like, power of Christ did things. And they're like, you know what you're doing? You got any other ideas? And he's like, I cast you out, and then she turns into like the fucking Hulk. And he's like, oh, that was bad. Yeah, go away. She's like, you're all gonna die down here, and no, you will, and yeah. And he throws like holy water, and like she turns into the Hulk. He's like, oh shit, and he drops the holy water, and I'm like, oh my god, you fucking idiot. But yeah, my favorite scare was the nurse. Because I even said, like, he sees the nurse, and again, this is a really good example of a scare, is he hears the nurse, and the nurse is like, look what she made me do. And you're like, it's not a really loud scare, it's really atmospheric, and you're like, where is that? Where is she? And then you look, and she's standing there. She's been standing there for a while. And you're like, that's really fucking spooky. And then he turns around and sees her, she walks off. And then he follows her, and I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind, dude? Yeah, he is. And then the fucking ghost like comes and gets him from another, like, Jesus fucking Christ. And I'm like, oh my god, that's fucking horrible. And you're like, it's okay. That ghost is gonna get me. But yeah, brilliant scene. Anything else you'd like to say?
Why must you slam this movie so hard?
I don't know, man. I hate everything. My life is a joyless void. I used to be funny, but I'm not now. I'm basically a giant fraud. Yeah. Pretty much. So, yeah. I'm just agreeing with everything you said. R.I.P.D. was a brilliant movie. Deserves Oscar nominations all around, really. So yeah, ready to go?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would highly recommend this movie.
It's a good movie.
This is a good movie. I don't think you're nearly as glowing on this one, but they didn't fuck it up, right?
I enjoyed it.
It's a good horror movie. Check it out. Bye.